Hi, this is my video response to Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge Day 29. Today's prompt asks us to talk about how we believe the tarot works and how the cards can predict the future sometimes, or how they can give us such insight. And I don't really have much time and energy now to go deep into this question, so I just got this book. This is a new purchase because this was actually recommended in the top 5 books for 2017 by 2 channels in this year's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, and I really enjoyed the book so far. In the beginning, this book talks about how tarot works, and well, what I would like to start with is that I believe that if we only look at the matter, we really leave out half of the world, and we really need to understand that matter without energy is lifeless, and there would be no life on earth if there wasn't something beyond just the physical, the material. And I call this the creative force, the life force that really operates the whole universe, the matter, and that is what is universal. The energy bond that works between the reader and the cards, or the querent and the reader and the cards, are what actually make these insights possible and make these hits possible. And I would like to read a couple of sentences from this book because they express so eloquently what I think of the work of the cards. I really think that the cards work on a more psychological level. So this is what the book talks about. Tarot is a highly sophisticated interactive picture book of life experiences, a finely tuned communication system employing symbolism, mythology, and universal motifs unrestricted by time, culture, and semantics. To hear what it has to say, we'll need to attend to the card's visual images and listen with our hearts. Here it says that tarot works by evoking responses from us. It triggers our memories, feelings, or mental associations, and as a result we expand our awareness of what is going on in a particular situation or area of our lives. So that's completely how I see the tarot cards. And the next sentence talks about that, as a philosopher suggests, we do not live in a reality but rather in our habituated perceptions and illusions. Then the tarot provides an opportunity to change our lives for the better by viewing our personal reality differently. And that's another very important aspect in reading the cards, that it allows us to step outside of ourselves and to look at things from a different point of view, to regain our balance. Here talks about how this visual representation of the cards helps us access our inner self. A variety of symbols are embedded in each picture. They affect our perception and activate our inner self. Symbols allow us to express facets of our experience and personality in an artistic presentation that is beyond language, but readily recognized by the unconscious. They bring together ideas that are not necessarily linked by logic. We may not be able to articulate them, yet we know their meaning intellectually and in our hearts. This last sentence is another very important aspect, that I believe that we converse with the cards not with our rational brain, but the part of our brain that is usually hidden and we don't really have much access to, but that really drives our lives. It also talks about C.G. Jung and his concept of archetypes, which are the universal qualities or patterns of energies operating within each of us. These are the essential building blocks of personality, and something that is archetypal is typical for all human beings. When taken all together, archetypes comprise a reservoir of knowledge that Jung called the collective unconscious. I am a firm believer of the existence of the collective unconscious. Although we can all tap into the collective unconscious, its archetypal patterns can only be seen or expressed in outward images, artwork, and dreams. Tarot is just such a set of archetypal images. It connects with those deep inner energies within that we can't easily describe but nevertheless recognize as part of ourselves. So that's why I think tarot can talk to anyone. It also talks about the tarot's place in daily life, and it says that the tarot cards can enhance your daily life by offering you insight into a current situation. They tell you which forces are demanding recognition, which are being expressed, and which need to be considered within a given situation. They suggest the opportunities available to you and the tasks or tests required for personal development. What the explanation for this would be something that goes much deeper. It is in my studies, I have found a couple of books which talk about this, where they talk about the vertical worldview. I tried to find books for this, but I could not really find many in English. The authors who have very good books on this topic are Thorwald Dethlefsen, who was a German psychologist, psychoanalyst, and Rüdiger Dahlke, again a very famous German psychologist and homeopath, and they both talk about this vertical worldview, and just so much easier to understand how astrology, tarot, and any other divination tool can be interconnected and what forces drive these systems. Thorwald Dethlefsen's book, which is titled The Challenge of Fate, F-A-T-E, is available on Script, so if you are interested more in this topic, I would definitely recommend taking a look at that book and reading. Some parts would not apply for this question, but still what is there is it has brought a paradigmal change in me, so very, very powerful stuff. This principle, how these things work, are written in a clear and precise way, so I think it's quite easy to understand. Since I discovered that different worldview, I am much more able to understand how they can be so precise, how they can be so profound in their hits in a reading. So that was my response to day 29 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. Only 2 more days to go. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and see you next time. Bye bye.